going to teach through a passage of scripture I can't believe that I've never taught before in my tenure in ministry. I've never dealt with this scripture, but there's much revelation. Pastor gave the assignment that this is the context, and I know how to follow instructions. Every day in the morning, I read the text in the morning and at night, and listened all day. Yeah. And the last, like Thursday or Friday, it just started dumping all the way up till yesterday. I was sending Chris stuff like, it just, I understood it. I never saw it like that before.
It's something more than a sermon.
It is more than a sermon.
So
it is more than a sermon.
That thing
is more than a sermon. It's
the revelation that came out of that.
And the end. He saved the best for last. The first thing he did was the last thing he did.
You can't just say that in passing.
It was time to go. It was too. I already felt like I was saying too much. Anyway,
well, you might just let him have it all.
The first thing he did was the last thing he did. Same elements. The first thing in the first miracle was water and wine.
Yes.
The last thing in the Last Supper was water and wine and bread.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Water and wine was one. Water and wine was last. He saved the best for last. So could it be Jesus is at the wedding planning his last?
Yeah.
Could it be he's at the wedding going, I'm about to show y'all in the beginning what I'm going to do at the end. So you already know that this is finished before it even started.
You know what's funny? Mary told them that he got this.
Exactly. Whatever he tell you to do, she just walked away. Whatever he tell you to do, do it.
Right.
And then he's not really want to do it. And the disciples go and put a demand on him to do it. So he's like, I gotta say something because my mama told me to and because they waiting on an instruction. What if we approach God like, I'm waiting for you to tell me what to do. And whatever you tell me to do, I'm gonna do it, but I put a demand on the revelation.
You said they focused on drinking.
Yes.
Focus on
the making. How much, because religious people, church people want to know how much can I get away with?
That's right.
So if Jesus turned water to wine, that must mean it's okay to drink. Jesus ain't talking about drinking. First of all, wine in that context was about, because the water wasn't good. I got to give you wine for your stomach, for your immune system, because the water not good. But people focus on the wine. You should be thinking about the wine maker. Jesus like, let me show you how to do this. The whole miracle, Jesus didn't do it. That's the whole miracle of the moment. The whole miracle, Jesus gave instructions on how to do it. So we say, he turned water into wine. He didn't. He gave instructions on how to turn water into wine.
That's more than
I do understand what I'm saying. He gave instructions on how to turn water into wine, not turn water into wine. He told them what to do, and when they did what he told them to do, then it happened. We waiting for God to give us a miracle, and God is literally trying to teach us how to perform a miracle. That's the mystery.
That's powerful.
And I never preached it before. Now it won't stop in my head. It's more. It's just keep unpacking. That's all.
You got some certain be like,
hey, it's just better to follow instructions. I promise you. Wednesday, I was so defeated in the text that I said, I think I'm gonna just call Pastor Hannah and ask him, can I preach something else? And I was like, no. Don't cop out. I was like, I want to preach. I don't want him to be gone, and I preach something I never preached before. I said, okay, Lord, I will obey you, but you gotta give me revelation. I'm not gonna call him. I'm gonna preach what he told me to preach. Water to wine, I ain't never, what?
That was
This is a miracle.
There's so much in that.
Then he just started unloading on me when I agreed. All these people always talking about God said what, something different from what your pastor said. Romans 13 says there is no power. But the power that be is ordained by God. Even if God did tell you to do something that your pastor didn't say do, if you submit, God will tell him to tell you, or either God will change him before he changes you. But that aligning, nobody's submitted like that. People don't have nobody in their life where they got a card where you can just, what we call in the kingdom the sit down, shut up card, where you can just submit radically and God always bless. I would have never got this revelation if I'd have switched. If I'd have switched up. It's a leadership lesson. It is. But instead, I got the oil, I got the revelation, people in my mind.
You see that? You see 12:30 the response?
12:30 was crazy. I ain't preached like that at 9:30. 12:30 was, I told you, because they like the trap, but they like to teach. They're the most curious. Yeah. They're the most curious church in our church.
Yeah.
7:30 wants to teach him, but they know the story.
Yes.
9:30 want a church. If they don't get to church, then we ain't had church.
Yes.
12:30, they young, they don't know the Bible. This dude walked up to me, he was like, "Yo, I'm from the streets. I'm telling you, God used you. You hear me? He used you to speak to me. And I don't say that to everybody because I'm from the streets." You know what I'm saying? I was like, me too. Exactly. But I understood. Yeah. And I be trying to run away sometimes from the song or the trap because I don't want to be stereotyped as the rapper preacher. Sometimes I try to run away from that because it's uncomfortable. I'll be like, that ain't all I could do. But then when it come out and it comes the way it comes, then I just can't. I know it's authentic, so I just go with it, even though sometimes I'm wrestling in the moment.
Such a way for us to remember too.
Everything's in a song.
Everything's in a song.
Music is universal.
Yes.
It's the way the enemy gets in. He's the prince and the power of the air. It's in the intangibles. And so music is that language that gets everywhere. So people do walk out like, what we doing?
Yes.
They're about to go out tonight.
Yes.
Like, what we doing?
What we doing? What we doing? Going back to school? What we doing? What we doing? Saving the whole block? What we doing? What we doing? Giving it everything I got? What we doing? 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 The enemy plans we ruin. The enemy plans we ruin. The enemy plans we ruin. What we doing? What we doing? The enemy plans we ruin. The enemy plans we ruin. The enemy plans we ruin. What we doing? 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 What we doing?